Ta-da! Good morning. How are you guys? Okay. You're not here, but you're going to do it later, right? Take your feet to the width of the mat. Take a nice big deep breath. Bring your arms parallel to the floor. Flip your palms and sweep them backwards. Just hang out here. Now you're trying to touch both sides of your room. So you're reaching them as long as you can. Now while we're here, I'm going to have you drop your chin and just hold the arms. And then pick it up. And then do it again. Drop it. And pick it up. And one more time. And relax the arms. Turn your head to the side. Come back center and go the other way. So here you want to be rotating your head as far as it will allow you. Nice. Now, you're going to gently take the side of the head and move it down towards the elbow. Make this arm really long and reach it out. So you should be feeling a big stretch right on the side of the neck. And don't pull the head too hard, or don't pull it at all. If you feel it without pulling it, that's cool. Make sure, now just change the angle a little bit. I want you to tilt your head forward. That feels good. And let's do the same on the other side. Reach this arm out and long. Go straight over. Change the angle, look down a tiny bit. And then let it go. You're going to make a fist, thumbs up, squeeze your elbows together behind you, hold halfway down. Now you want to try to keep those legs as straight as possible. Come back up and do the same thing again. Push the hips backwards. Hold down halfway. Come back up. One more time. On this fold, we're going to hold here, lift the elbows a little higher, and then release the arms down so they're nice and long, but your torso is still parallel to the floor. Push your hands into each other and then sweep them up to the side of the body. And then lower them and lift and lower and lift. Hold this one. Try to lift the hands a little higher. You've got your wrists right in line with the shoulder. You can take a peek in case you're not sure. And now come back up to standing. You're going to take this right arm all the way up, straight up towards the ceiling. You're going to let the right hip go right, and then take it over. But keep your arm reaching nice and long. And then let's do the same on the opposite side. Sweep the left arm straight up. Get it long. Push the hip out. And then take it up as you go over. Nice. Make sure your chest is facing forward. You haven't rotated it. You should be feeling this right here over the top of that hip. And now come back. Hands on your waist. You're just going to shift your hips side to side. So now we're starting to get after these inner thighs a little bit. Should feel good. Couple more. Okay, come back neutral. Bring your arms out in front parallel to the floor. I want you to stick your butt back and reach your arms forward. Little hip hinge going on here now. Just hold this. You're going to lift the arms up and lower them. And just sort of oscillate between the two. Doesn't have to be huge. We're just warming up your lats and your thoracic spine. And now take the arms out a little bit so you sort of are making a Y. If your feet together, it would look like a Y, but we have our feet far apart. Keep it here. Spread your fingers wide. Get your arms straight. And now take the hands to the side and pick them up. And now bring them back by your side. Crowd out your chest. hollow out your belly. We're going to do this 2 more times. So bring them up. Bring them out to the side. And take them back. One last time. Up. Out. And side. Nice. Fold halfway down, let your arms go. Make big, let the shoulders just fall wherever they want to fall, and make big circles with your arms. Now change the direction of your circle. Nice. Now let's take the hands all the way down to the floor, walk them forward, step back and meet me in your plank. Now take it right into a downward facing dog. You're just going to hang on to this spot for a sec. Now let's start lifting and lowering the toes. Lift the heels. Sorry, so you're on your toes. And then drive the heels to the floor. So your feet should be far enough back that you can't really get the heels down. Now try, hold both down and just breathe. Now bend your knees and hover them above the floor. Keep everything else with your body the same. It's a really good stretch for the pad of your feet. Go back to that straight leg and drive the heels down. Come back, hover the knees. Drift your hips back this time if you can, a little further. And back to that down dog with your heels down. And one last time, lower the knees. Shift your hips back even further. 3, 2, 1. Put your knees down on the floor. You're going to come into your quadruped position. We're going to do some cat-cows. So you're going at your pace. This is like a feel-good moment. Happy Tuesday. Make sure you're getting a lot of space between those shoulder blades as you round your back. The other thing to always think about here is what? It's hollowing out the belly. Okay, you're going to come off the knees and we're going to go right to a small downward facing dog. Just hold this as you lift the heels, putting a lot more weight into your upper body. And now drive the heels down. And lift back up. And drive them down. And lift back up. And drive them down. Walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. You're going to inhale to a flat back. Excuse me. Now come into a little squat and lift your arms parallel to the floor. And now come back to a full fold. Now inhale to a flat back. Arms up, butt down. And again, fold, let your head go. Inhale, look up. Drop your booty, lift your arms. Try to squat as low as you can this time. Retract those shoulders. And now come up to standing and sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Slow swan dive all the way down. Let your arms go, let your head go. We're going to fold the arms this time and totally unweight your upper body. Big, deep breaths. You can let those shoulders relax. Let the arms just try to get closer to the floor each time you exhale out a breath.
Try to keep the legs nice and straight. How awesome is this? Okay, bring your hands to your knees. Come all the way up to standing nice and slowly. Now, to warm up our legs, or I should say the hamstrings, I'm going to use my discs without any weight. So I'm just going to start with one disc on my right foot. And again, if you're on a slippery surface, anything will work. Little towel, whatever you have. So I'm going to start with my hands at my heart, kickstanding this right foot. So I've just got my toes on the disc. I'm going to slide back as I hip hinge forward. So bending this front leg, coming down nice and slow with my upper body with a big forward lean. Now I'm going to release the hands till my fingertips touch the floor. Then I'm going to bring them back to my chest and slide back up slowly. And if you think that's not hard, even though you have no weights, lean more forward. Switch feet, hands to heart. Kickstand it, slide it, start bending this leg, lean forward. That foot's going to continue to slide backwards. When you think your fingertips can touch the floor, release them to the floor, bring them back to your heart, and slide forward with lots of control. Switch sides. Big bend, big lean. We want to find our left glute when we do this exercise. Fingertips down, back to your chest, slide back up. No jerkiness, just control. Switch feet. So I'm really not putting much weight into that left foot. Release your hands, hands back to your heart. Come back up. Switch. You're doing one more on each leg. Your spine stays nice and long as you release the hands to the floor. Bring them back to your chest. Power back up. Switch. Should be generating some good body heat here. Going nice and slow like this is not easy. Release the hands. Bring them back. Slide up. Nice job. Put that disc aside. Your warm-up is over. I'm going to grab a sip of water. I'm going to start out with just bicep curls. I urge you, if you can, to try to go heavier. So pick up what heavier than what you normally do and just do one at a time. So curl and down. Nice and slow. Good posture. You keep the elbow close to the side of your body. We're going to see how many reps you can get in before you switch weights. And again, it's not about losing your form to get in reps. It's keeping your form, and when you realize you can't do anymore correctly, switch weights. So we want to try to keep the pace the same, up and down, pretty consistent. People have a tendency to want to go faster down, but I want you to try to resist that weight. Working your full range of motion here, so make sure you're extending the arm all the way down and then back up.
Just a few more. Nice job. Okay, we're gonna switch to the other arm. Start your curls. Really important here to stand nice and tall. Fully extend that arm. So again, in order to help you, exhale out when you press up, inhale when you go down. Okay, I'm switching weights. You come to that point where you're really going to struggle to lift it. That's when you switch it. We don't want to get hurt. We just want to get strong. Keep going. Do 3 more. I'm just going to turn on my AC. One more. Did you miss me? Here I am. Okay, put it down. Here I am being goofy. Okay, I've got not my strongest band, but I have one less than my strongest. So I'm just going to do a little arm work here. Straight up with your arms, opening the band. And then slowly keep the band open as you retract those shoulders and lower your arms. Now release the band. Start again. Open it. Lift. Till they're all the way up, like you're reaching to touch the ceiling. Open wider. You're working this part of your arm here, right? We want to look good in those evening gowns. Wait, what? Who's wearing an evening gown? I don't know. You might be. You never know. Reach back up. Open wider, lower, slow. Release it at the bottom, and then you re-engage. Lift. When you get to the top, try to lift even wider, and then come back down slowly. Okay, nice job. Hold the band where it is, because we're going to come back to it. Get back on a disc. I want you to just hold the band tight with your arms bent. You're going to kickstand your foot. So you're still working your arms. You're going to slide back into a lunge. Keep the band tight. Now rotate left as far as you can, and then come back square. And then go the other way. Keep working your arms. You're oscillating side to side, and you have a big forward lean. Now, come back square, push the arms out, try to make your band, like try to separate your arms even more. Now lift the arms up and lower down, and lift and lower, and lift and lower. Woo! Almost out of gas on that one. Shake it out, switch legs. You ready? Here we go. Slide, arms bent, bend tight. Slide back. Go right. Come back. Go left. Go nice and slow. You got a massive forward lean, so you feel that right glute a lot. I have all my weight, except for maybe 10%. I have most of it in that right leg. Okay, come back square. Pull the arms forward. Pull them apart. Raise and lower. Bring the arms in and come back up. Whew, okay. Enough of that nonsense.
That's good arm stuff though, gotta tell you. And that you can do anywhere you are. Anywhere in the world that your travels bring you. You can find a slippery floor and pack a band. Okay, come on down onto the floor. We're gonna do some chest work with your heaviest weights. So we're gonna start out with 2 angles of presses. I want you to have a spare, slightly less heavy set of weights nearby. Okay, here we go. Lying down. Get comfy, pick up your heavy weights. Now, pelvic tilt. Get your lower back on the floor. Get the shoulder blades nice and flat. Let the elbows come down, out to the side, back of the arm touches the floor. Bring them back up. I want you to look at your wrists and make sure they remain neutral. Resist the weight when you lower it. It's super important. So coming up, you can really do whatever pace you like when you've got heavy weights in your hands, but it's the coming down that I want it to be really in control. So you work the negative of the exercise. Now hold the arms up at the top. Peel up 1 vertebrae at a time so you're lifting your hips. You're now holding a bridge. I want you to walk your feet in a little closer. Keep your knees hip width apart. Now back to the floor with the elbows. Up and down slow. Keep that belly pressing down. Now I've lifted my toes off the floor, so I make sure I'm wading into my heels as I try to lift my butt. Gives you more activation. Okay, now we're going to lower the butt as we lower the weights, and then pick the butt up as we raise the weights back up. Lower and press. So you're doing 2 things at the same time. I'm going to do a few more, and then we're going to give our wrists a little break. Last one. Now put those weights down. Little reprieve, why not? We deserve it. Bring your knees into the chest. Shake out those arms and your wrists. Open and close the fingers so you stretch out. Now, grab the outsides of your feet. Little happy baby moment. Why not? So nice. Keep that low back on the floor. Get ready for a little plank series coming up. Okay, so you're going to rock and roll forward. We're going to flip it around. We're going to get into a low plank. I'm going to fold the front part of my mat in half, just so it's a little bit cushier for my elbows. So I've got my elbows under my shoulders and my palms on the floor. Come into a low plank. Your knees are up. You're just holding. Let's be mindful not to drop the face. Hollow out that belly and get those legs straight. Drive your heels backwards. You want to feel like you're engaging every single muscle that you can find. Now, slow motion, lower the knees to the floor. Hold them there. Pull your elbows towards your knees isometrically. Feel that extra tightness in the belly? You are welcome. Keep feeling it. That's good stuff. Now, release the elbows. Slow motion. Come off the knees. Completely straighten out those legs. Just breathe. Slow motion, bring the knees back down, pull the elbows towards the knees. Feel that belly doing so. Getting stronger. That's what it's doing. Okay, slow-mo off the knees, hold your plank. Make sure your legs are straight and you're driving your heels back and your belly is in. Oh my goodness. Lower those knees. Walk the forearms all the way back. We're going to meet in a child's pose of your choice. Hang out and just breathe. Okay, we're going to come back to that forearm plank. Only this time, your upper body is going to be the same, your elbows and your hands. But this time we're going to keep the feet together. So get your heels and toes touching. Come off the knees with a straight leg and just hold. Make sure you've locked out at the knee. Make sure you're not dropping your face. Now slow-mo the knees down. Drive the elbows towards the knees. Feel the tightness in the belly. Hold and breathe. Come off the knees. Slow-mo the knees down. Elbows to knees. Come off the knees. Slow-mo the knees down. Walk your forearms all the way back, meeting child's pose of your choice. Oh, so good. Do a different version of the child's pose than you did the first time. Come back up. Back down on the elbows. Knees and feet together, hips up. Now we're just going to hip dip right. Come back up. Hip dip left. The first round we're going to do without moving the feet. And then we're going to come back and do a round with our ankles moving side to side. You'll see the difference. You tell me which you think is harder. Okay, relax. Back to child's pose, different version. We have our final round coming up of planking, not of exercise. Okay, back to your elbows. Feet and knees together. Let's do these hip dips, but this time I'm going to have you turn your ankles to the side as well, and then come back up and turn them the other way. So you're turning onto the sides of your feet, or sort of, or almost, and you're going side to side. Stick that butt up in the middle of the move and then lower it to one side. A lot of oblique work. Okay, relax. Back to your final child's pose. Just breathe. Okay, come on back up. Oh, that was some good core. Pick up the heaviest weight you have. We're going to shoulder press one arm at a time. So you could have your arm in with your elbow in line with the shoulder, or you could open it to the side, whatever you like, or you could alternate. I'm going to keep it in to start, and then I'm going to switch. I'm going to do 5 and 5. Really tight through the belly. I'm turning it to the side. Okay. Whew, put it down. I'm going to grab a quick sip. Then we're going to do the other arm. And if you have heavier weights and you haven't explored them, now would be a good time. So here we go. See, I'm trying to come down a little slower. You want to try to not use momentum here. Take it out if you can, or switch up or stay the same. Whoa, can't do that one. So switch. You need to switch. It's always an option. Okay. Oh, one round now of lateral lunges. We're going to hold one of your heavier weights. You're going to separate your feet, hold the weight at your chest. Separate your feet, not as far as you possibly could, but pretty far. Bend right and left. So you're going at a pretty good pace, side to side. When you feel like that leg is almost straight at the top, that's when you immediately start the other descent. Okay, meet with both legs straight. Lower the arms, so your arms are straight. You're just going to hip hinge and give me some rows. Pull those elbows up nice and high. Drift your hips backwards. So we're wading into the heels. Keep that chest nice and proud and your belly in. Big squeeze at the top each time. Okay, come back up. Bend the elbows, bring the weights up, the weight up. Start those lunges again. Try to pull those hips back. We want to make sure we're not rounding our back, right? Oh, my back's getting tired. Let's try to do some more. You can always drop the weight. Bring your hands to heart if you need a little option here, or pick up a lighter one. Even better idea. Just 4 more. Okay. Put it down. Woo, shake it out, grab some water. We're gonna do a single leg deadlift with one weight. Your super duper heavy one. So hold it in the left hand. You're gonna do it on your right leg first. So right arm out to the side, toes come up off the floor, start to come down with that weight. Keep your standing leg as straight as you can, and then come back up. Try to come up slow. Lots of control. No momentum here. So what helps you balance is recruiting muscle. So if you get your back leg nice and strong, it'll be a lot easier for you to accomplish the exercise. Here's our last one. Now we're going to switch hands and feet. Switch to the other side. Here we go. Down slow. Back leg is nice and strong. And you come up with lots of control. You always have the option to pick a lighter weight or do no weights. Okay. Keep the weight in the same hand. So you have your weight in your right hand. You're going to work the right leg with the weight in that hand. Give me 5. Nice job. Switch hands and feet. Left leg, let's go. This is your last single leg deadlift set. So make them great. Get your back leg really long. Oops. Sometimes it's hard for me to talk and do at the same time. Okay, put it down. We're going to come back and do the chest one last time, but this time we're going to have the elbows coming close to the side of the body. The first set we did, we had them out to the side, and then we're going to stretch and say goodbye. So this is your last exercise. Here we go. So start up with your hips on the floor. Elbows come pretty close. You're making an upside down V at the top. Still make sure your wrists are neutral. Do that nice little pelvic tilt. So we feel our lower back on the floor. It's great for your arms, your chest. Make sure you're squeezing that chest at the top. Give it that extra little oomph. Okay, hold the arms up. Make that V with the weights. Peel up your butt. Step your heels in a little closer. Now, take the elbows down and up. You're just holding your butt up to start. Squeeze your glutes and keep your presses going. Okay, meet at the top. Now, this time when we lower the weights, you lower your butt. Bridge back up. Arms go back up at the same time. You have about 8 more reps. Nice and slow. Okay. Oh my goodness, put those weights down. You are done with your weights. Now, we have a few minutes to stretch. Let's enjoy. This is like the dessert, right? Not that I ever eat dessert, but I do this kind of dessert all the time. So take the heels to the corners of the mat. We're going to Pilates style it down. So sit nice and tall to begin. C-curve the spine, giving yourself an opportunity here to suck in the belly. Keep that belly in, rounding your back. You're coming down nice and slow. And take your arms all the way back behind you. Nice job. Just hold here, enjoy. Point those toes, stretch out those shins. Now we're going to clasp the fingers together. You're going to bring your arms up and forward as far as they can go. And then take them all the way back, nice and slow. It's kind of like flossing for your lats. Now, when you bring them forward, make sure you're sinking that rib cage. When you take them back, try to keep it in the same spot. Okay, so now we're just going to hold the arms back there. You've still got your hands together. You're nice and flat on the shoulder blades, right? Just hold them nice and long. Sink your ribs. If you release the thumbs, they should touch close to the floor, right? Just hold them at that height. You're actually working on your shoulder flexibility and mobility right now. Who doesn't want to do that after we sit hunched over our steering wheel or computers or telephone? So just enjoy this length you're bringing to the body. Breathe a few more times. Nice. Now bring the arms up slowly. Separate them and then just floss here. So open your palms to face outward and then rotate them the other way as far as they can go. And then just keep doing that. So you're twisting the palms. Now move the arms forward as you continue to do that until your hands reach the floor. Nice. Now I'm going to have you bend your legs. You're going to roll onto the left side of your body. You're going to take this left arm out towards your left wall. And you want your wrist and shoulder in the same line. You can put a pillow under your head if that's more comfortable. Take your right hand, connect it with your left palm. So both your palms are touching. You're going to sweep this arm up towards the ceiling and over to the right side as you open your chest. Now, if those knees pull apart a little bit, that's okay. Keep your right arm long. Now bring that right arm back up, straight up towards the ceiling with your palm facing the left side of the room. And now take the arm all the way backwards, getting into your upper side body on the right. You are welcome. How good does that feel? Okay, bring the arm back up. Take it back so you connect both palms and sweep it open again. Maybe you get a little more range of motion. Come back to connect both palms and sweep it open again. It's amazing when you stretch, you get results. Okay, bring your knees back up. We're going opposite side. Right arm out this time, wrist and shoulder lined up. Stack your left palm on top, bend your knees. Sweep this left arm up and over. Make sure there's nothing in the way that you can't work the range of motion that you have. Come back, connect the palms. Sweep back up. Open. This is like you're going where it feels good. Come back, connect those palms. Sweep back. This time, take that left arm straight up to the ceiling and then straight backwards. Hold on that spot. Okay, bring it up, connect those palms. Do this 3 more times, and then we are finished. Nice. Okay, bring the arms in. Bring your knees back up. Hug them into the chest. Give yourself a bit of love. And then you're going to rock and roll up onto the toes. As high as you can get on your toes. Hang out here just for a sec. Then come back to a straight leg. Look through your knees to the back of the room, driving the hips backwards. Walk the fingertips forward. Last little tug of war going on here. Straighten out those legs. And relax. You are done. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Get it done. I'm going to quiz you. Cheers, guys.